A peeping, creeping Tom, and he's living in your house.
Get out of my house! Oh.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we're jumping at r/slash Tales of Neckbeards, continuing the Toiletbeard saga. If you've missed parts 1 and 2, they are conveniently packaged for you in one video, and I've left that link down in the description. It's basically a bad roommate story, but this bad roommate is absolutely a neckbeard. The OP and his friends are trying to get him out, but much like most neckbeards, he is just so difficult to remove. It's like their superpower or something. I'm excited to get into it. It's been quite a little while since we visited Toiletbeard, and I figured it was about time. So let's go ahead, get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some Toiletbeard cringe. Toiletbeard 3 sins against the femoids. Oh god, he's an incel too? This is not good. Hey y'all, I've been getting a lot of attention on this beard, so here comes your next serving. A lot of attention indeed. It is still the most upvoted story in the r/ReddX Reads subreddit, which is pretty dang cool. Due to work being extremely hectic today, I didn't get much writing done myself. I will still try to supplement today's tale here at the foreword, and please, if you haven't, listen to parts 1 and 2, you know, those ones in the description that I already plugged, and then return back here. That's at OP's request. ReddX says, listen to whatever you want. As long as you're listening, I'm happy. This first chunk will actually be from the POV of my sister Jess, as she wanted to give a specific set of encounters with Toiletbeard. She has been targeted, as you might guess. Her crime? Being a lady, of course. I believe she'll be sharing even more encounters of the hurdy-gurdy kind on her own page, user Mooncourt Captain Petty. Oh, we'll have to check that one out, which I recommend checking out due to her being a major focus of Toiletbeard's attention. In addition to this tale, there's also a few things involving Jess's girlfriend as well, because many of you are probably wondering, why? And to tell you frankly, it's mostly entirely on our lead roomie, Ben. When Ben moved in high school, he left behind all his friends and no longer had a support network. Depression and thoughts of the deed crept up, and apparently, Toilet was there for him. Dear Toiletbeard kept Ben off the ledge and kept him sane enough until he returned to our town, obviously creating a friend for life. See, there is something human, something redeemable within Toiletbeard. It's just so frustrating. These beards are so flawed, but they are people at the end of the day. In Ben's wife's words, Ben thinks he owes Toiletbeard for that, and being a good friend to him is one of the most important things in his mind. And that is why he is so willing to overlook this fat fuck's flaws, alliteration, and cover his triple extra large ass. The power of friendship. Friendship is magic. Barf. Anyway, true to his nickname, Ben is a saint. He doesn't just help the beard when needed and unneeded. He's helped all of us and is a very important member of our little family. Please, comments, go easy on him. He's a good boy just trying his damnedest, as we all are. And yeah, I understand the logic behind those comments because Ben hasn't really been fleshed out as a character. He's just the hurdle to getting Toiletbeard out of the house. But here in the foreword, we get to see his human side as well. So yeah, as I say in the disclaimer at the very beginning, most people are 100% deserving of redemption. In most cases, at least. Without further ado, here's Jess. Hi all, Jess here. I know Miles has been giving you all a peek at the horrors of living with Toiletbeard. He's given you the structure, the skeleton, the foundation upon which our discontent has been built. Now I'm gonna add some meat onto these bones. Be patient. We have about 400 pounds to get through after all. About me. I'm AFAB, genderqueer, they, them, she, her, and pretty fucking gay. I'm a survivor of sexual assault and familial domestic abuse. Keep these things in mind because it will be important later. Well, I'm glad you came out on the other side of all that, and I hope you're okay. AFAB, for those who might not remember, as I think I've covered it before, means assigned female at birth. But yeah, lovely to meet you. Welcome to the ReddX team. We have free coffee for all of our researchers, the only caveat being that you have to make it yourself, so... First impressions. At the start of it all, I actually didn't mind Toiletbeard. Sure, he was awkward, but Ben had told us that he was on the spectrum, so I didn't think too much of that. We had common interests: music, history, drama. I'd see him in passing, talk for a minute, and just move on with my day. Overall, he seemed nice enough. Alarms would not stop going off in my head, however, and I have learned not to ignore those, but I couldn't put my finger on what the problem was. Until... anything you can do? The more we talked to Toiletbeard, the more I started noticing something interesting. It seemed as though he was constantly trying to one-up everyone that he talked to. Yeah, that's beard behavior. At first, it was subtle.
Those burgers look good, Miles. At some point, I need to show you my recipe, though. I mean, that plotline sounds cool, Lee. I wrote something really similar for my last D&D campaign. Everyone liked it.
That subtlety lasted about a month. You know those people that always know more than you? Somehow they're just an expert in every subject across every field, and they could never, ever be wrong. Having committed the crime of being born with a vagina, I'm used to that kind of treatment. Oh boy, shots fired. I do get it though. Women get gatekeeped like unnecessarily. I will never stop saying it seems so hard to be a female or have a vagina. But Toiletbeard does not stop talking down to females. Never mind that Miles and Lee both have degrees in the tech field. Toiletbeard is clearly the expert. No stranger is safe. Toiletbeard knows more about your passions, career, and hobbies, etc. than you ever could. That's right. Whenever I need to up my search engine optimization game over on YouTube, I head to Toiletbeard. I'm like, hey, bro, give me some good keywords. Because that's all the things. That is my passion and career and hobby. Kind of beautiful how that worked out. A cursory Google search teaches you just as much as years of schooling or practical experience, don't you know? These are the people who are never asked for their opinions, but will always make sure that you know it anyways. You know the kind? Yeah, I know the kind. I don't think anybody likes these people. Have we tried telling them off yet? They probably just write that off. They're like, oh, you're just mad I'm smarter than you. Okay, bro. Self-reflection is a part of being intelligent, isn't it? But yeah, we're talking about that shit. There are so many stories revolving around this aspect of Toiletbeard's personality, or more accurately, his lack thereof, that I can't begin to cover them all here. And Lee is probably the person this affected the most, but it does set the stage for now. You see, around this time, I went through a bad breakup. You know the kind. Over a year in, I ended it. They wouldn't give my things back. Everybody's hurting. Sorry all that happened. I hope you got your stuff back. As a way of getting my mind off of things, I threw myself into a game that Lee had asked me to play. Now, I'm not a gamer. Everybody in the house is, except me. So the fact that I was willingly playing a game through and loving it, it was something of a spectacle. And Toiletbeard, of course, took this as an opportunity. I was playing quite late one night, curled up in my nest of blankets, eyes glued to the TV. Cozy. Lee reminded me to drink some water and try to get some sleep before he went to bed. Miles was in his room, where he'd been for hours on a Skype call with his fiancée, also introducing to the cast, Gwen! Footsteps on the stairs. Boom, boom, boom. Heavy breathing. Lee had been gone less than 5 minutes. This dude's such a creep. He's just biding his time, lurking.
Hey, Jess. What are you doing?
Playing Bloodstained.
Cool. Mind if I keep you company?
I said nothing. In my mind, it was rather clear that I didn't want company. The lights were off, and I was stretched across the couch so that there were no free seats. I hadn't talked to anyone but Miles and Lee for days. And yet, Toiletbeard sat. He didn't ask me to move my feet. He didn't go to the armchair across the room. No, Toilet went to Lee's desk and took the chair, and then he wheeled it right behind the couch. Backseat gaming in the truest sense. God, this is gonna be awful. The alarm bells started screaming. He was looking down at me in silence. I kept my eyes locked on the TV, but I could smell him. How unwashed he was. God, in the dark with a neckbeard? Please, never in life. I could hear his heavy breathing and feel his eyes on me. The darkness made it worse, and I just tried to keep playing.
You know, that weapon would be more effective if you would fig,
he said, leaning against the back of the couch.
And this boss needs other thing.
I've got it. Thanks, though.
How you doing, kid?
He dropped his voice low, clearly no longer talking about the game. I bristled. Fine.
Good. That's good. Someone like that doesn't deserve you, you know. That's really messed up, Jess.
I'm aware.
I'm just saying, a good guy
There it is.
wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, he's shooting his shot. God damn. You might as well just come out and say, like, hey, if you need a fat, smelly, disgusting rebound, I'm right over here. I know that most of this just sounds concerned, but it was his tone, prying, suggestion hidden in the words. He'd kept leaning closer, and I was getting pissed. I sat up and moved to lean on the other arm of the couch, muttering something about my hip. He scooted the chair down to that end, determined to have this conversation for some reason.
You know, you remind me a lot of my ex. She had a habit of dating guys that weren't good for her either. I was probably the only one who ever treated her right.
Oh, it's too much, man. It's just like paint by numbers type of shit. Oh, God.
Obviously, it didn't last long.
It doesn't sound like a compliment, Toilet. Look, I'm fine, okay? I just want to be left alone while I process this.
I'm just trying to be a good friend.
Thankfully, Miles opened his door and came out. He took one look at me and immediately said, "Hey Jess, Gwen's asking for you. She said something about the venue that you guys were talking about, and I booked it out of there." By the time I was done talking with Gwen, Toiletbeard had gone away. I went to bed and decided that was just a one-off. I was wrong. Oh no, the determination of a beard. Unstoppable. After that, Toiletbeard made a habit of waiting until I was alone to come upstairs. God, I hate him. Everything I said about him being redeemable, I take it back. This is total creep behavior. He would make a show of criticizing my playstyle, giving advice, and on the nights I was watching a movie or a show, he would list every negative thing that he had heard about my chosen entertainment, making it impossible to just enjoy it. All of this while comparing me to his ex and talking about how I deserve
A nice guy.
hostile work environment. This is a hostile home environment. This is not okay. Then the persona incident happened from the last story, and my God, I would hear his footsteps outside of my door at night. Ooh, creep vibes. I thought I was being paranoid until Lee confirmed that he had heard it as well. While downstairs, after one such night, I pointedly mentioned wanting to get a taser to keep by my bed, to which Toiletbeard had the audacity to criticize my method of self-defense.
You should really just keep a gun, you know.
And for once, I couldn't help but agree. What are the gun laws like in your state? Getting rid of this neckbeard is not worth going to jail over, okay? Just tase him a few times. He'll get the message. Can you say invasive? On top of his many, many other fields of expertise, Toiletbeard is also a fashion expert. Very early on into our living situation, it became clear that I could not dress up at all without earning some kind of comment from the beard, as if the general nosiness,
where you going, who you seeing, want some company,
wasn't enough. I would ask Lee for his thoughts on an outfit, a best friend's obligation, and Toiletbeard would immediately have some advice for me as well. The most notable of these incidents, I'd purchased a few new outfits and was eager to try them on. I didn't have a mirror in my room, so I was going back and forth to the bathroom to see how each item fit. The door was sticking during this time and didn't always completely shut, but I didn't think much of it because I shared the floor with my brother and my best friend. So things were safe, right? Tell me things were safe. I pulled on a red crop top and walked to the bathroom. It was a beautiful fit. I observed to myself, wow, this has enough support that I could honestly go braless. I made the mistake of saying that out loud. Oh no! From behind me I hear,
hell yeah you could.
Oh my God. What? The beard was there. How he had crept up the stairs so quietly, I had no idea. He seems to be a ninja on those friggin' stairs, considering the past couple stories. He had not been upstairs when I got to my room, but there he stood, with Lee. Lee, of course, looked mortified, and Toiletbeard looked almost smug. His gaze was far from subtle, as it dropped to my chest and back up. Embarrassed and more than a little angry, I said, "Did I ask?" At the same time, Lee snapped, "Dude, what the fuck?" Lee told Toiletbeard to go to his room so they could continue their conversation, and shot me a quick apology. I went back to my room, shoving the door closed. I walked to the back of my room towards my closet and yanked the crop top off. I didn't wear that shirt for 6 months. Yep, as nice as the shirt is, it's been stained by a beard. It has to go in timeout. I reached for a sweater instead, something harder to sexualize, and I tugged it on. I wasn't gonna let him ruin my afternoon, though. I had cute clothes to try on. I went to leave my room and noticed that the door hadn't latched. It was open, just a crack, and my skin started crawling. Oh my God! This is ridiculous! What's going on? How has he not been kicked out yet? A peeping Tom? A creeping Tom? A peeping creeping Tom? And he's living in your house? God damn, I'm gonna have a real conversation with Ben. Be like, look bro, I understand, okay? You could definitely help him out, but help him out while he's outside of this house. This is not a good situation. Sure enough, when I swung open the door, I saw Toiletbeard. He was leaning back out of Lee's doorway, which faces my own from down the hall, one hand on the frame for support. He was agreeing with something that Lee had said, but he was watching my doorway intently, trying to lean far enough back to see into that little crack without actually stepping out of Lee's room. What the actual hell, dude? When he saw me, he froze for a second, then sat up abruptly, smacking his hand against the doorframe in his haste. The noise drew Lee's attention, and I heard another, "Toilet! Dude!" from inside the bedroom. Toilet naturally tried to pretend that he'd done nothing wrong, but Lee kicked him back downstairs in minutes. If only he could have been kicked out of the house completely in minutes. This was only a few months into our cohabitation, and it has gone so well since then, hasn't it? Anyway, Toiletbeard has certainly done worse. Oh no. And I'd be happy to tell you more if you're interested, but this was the start of it all. So, hope you guys enjoyed reading. What a mess! What a friggin' quagmire! I always get so nervous when the OPs say that it gets worse. He's certainly done worse is not a good thing. As one of the comments I read recently said, it makes my mind jump directly to Wheezybeard or Bootbeard, where I started out these stories thinking everything's fun, happy-go-lucky, and then the bottom just completely drops out. So I hope beyond hope that that is not the case here. It doesn't seem like it is, but it also seems exceptionally hard for me to like suss it out, you know? I was listening to the Bootbeard saga the other day. Story starts out, I'm all joking, you know, and then all of a sudden, the story just goes completely the other way. I'm like, what the hell even happened? How can I predict something like this without directly asking people like, hey, does this story go that way? And in most cases, yeah, the story doesn't go that way, thank God. But in the cases where it does, it leaves a lasting scar. Regardless of actual assault, he's definitely a creep, needs to get out of that house. If this happened months ago, then I would have like put up the ultimatum or something, been like either he goes or the rest of the house goes. You gotta find 3 new roommates instead of just 1. Because this behavior is like so beyond the pale. If you had dropped the hammer on it months ago, then you probably would have been able to like, you know, let him set himself up before pushing him out. Which is the nice way to do it, you know, a lot more than he deserves, for God's sake. Absolutely ridiculous, but we'll continue Toiletbeard at another time and see just how bad it can get, I guess. I only hope that we can stay laughing through the whole thing. Ugh, man. It's just that last sentence that put a damper on everything, like, he's done worse, and then my mind jumps to, like, the worst of the worst. So, I hope it's not that. I hope beyond hope. Which I think I already said, but I'm still hoping it, damn it. Anyways, I hope that you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, I hope that you'll like, comment, and or subscribe. Check out them links in the description. All kinds of plugs and stuff like that. We also got my social medias and my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons over on Patreon. I would like to thank them all, but especially Calvicus, Fatboy Shrimp, Robert Waits, TSM Kirby, Teddy the Police, Aaron W, Delicious Jelly Donut, Candy Sora, Fire Drake, Liverson, Silent Revolver, Zathras, Zero MMX, Little Lone Wolf, Vanilla Mel, Rouse Dower, Caustic Fox, Derpy Tricks, Aaron Lennox, Fisher Diggy, Henap Japan, OG James Cook, JM Coon, Jerry, John Hero, Miss Monday, Nomag, Melgar the Destroyer, Mirthful Baker, Mr. J, my boy Nat One Nick, Lady Nix, Kadekins and Elizabeth, Sidestep, Cider Drinker, Serrated Ass, Siegfried, Steampunk Alley, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Tato Ferret, That Duck and Bug, The One True Fusky, Treeberg, Redwind, Goose Honk, Leon Embers, Naga Viper, John Indoors, A-Roxers, Cake Jerry, that's a different Jerry. Crafty Kitty Cat, Mark 211, maybe next time, Origami Cam, Princess Rosalie, Ghosty, the Last Shinobi, and the Maestro himself, Zuka Cervantes. Oh boy, that list is so long. I am so stoked. Thank you guys so very much for supporting the channel in the way that you have. I hope that some others might join you. We got some pretty cool rewards. I'll be sending out emails pretty soon. But if you can't afford to throw money at me through the internet, that's cool, man. I just appreciate you coming on through, spending part of your day with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. Or come back in about 8 hours, and there's going to be a second video up. We're going into rSlash niceguy stories, which is kind of different, but the same. I really do enjoy it, though. I hope that you guys will keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe watch some more ReddX videos. Yeah. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I will see you in the next one. And until then, friends, bye-bye.